Okay. Make no mistakes about it. Okay. This is Path of Exile. This is my about to be level 87 uh, Righteous Fire Chieftain that I have recently come back to. Um, for those of you that don't know, again, my name is Jared Malott. I host a daily live podcast where we discuss news and politics from 8 a.m. to 9:30 Eastern every day of the week. And what I do in my off time when I'm not working a full-time job, where I help people escape interest for a living. I literally am a debt relief specialist. So if you feel like you're being eaten alive by interest, I eat interest. Come talk to me. Okay? The socialist theory of economics suggests tax, interest, and rent are derivative of your labor and should therefore be eliminated. So, as a celebration of more than 16,000 followers on TikTok and a couple thousand followers here on YouTube, figured I'd show you my goods and show you first and most importantly what the most important part of this game is, and that's organization. For those of you wondering, why aren't you just playing the game? And it's because I'm woefully unorganized, as you can see. Huh, interesting. This is only 7 wide. I was thinking about changing stuff around and putting my runes here, because you don't get oils and splinters that often. And obviously, let's see if we can edit the video. This video. I'm typing in the description of the video, sorry. trying to change the logo. Ooh, what if we put this here? Let's go. New playlist. Jared plays video games. Cool. Done. Ding! Okay. So, I'm gonna post on Blue Sky. Let's share ourselves. Okay. Okay. Put that here. Say hey y'all. Hey y'all.
Buys it has nothing.
redirect people to YouTube. I can't see you're not really paying attention. You see how it works? Top. What's up? What's up? We're back. So now, I'm just playing video games. So let's put some music on. I don't know if you can hear me. I didn't even check if it. Yeah, we're good volume wise. If you'd like to see what I'm playing, you should go in my profile, click on the link for YouTube. I'll put a link to the YouTube stream. You can see me. I'm not playing at ATM. Okay. I'm standing. So I'll make sure I share it with you. You want to go to YouTube so you can see my screen. Okay. And so right now I'm celebrating. Okay. Join my union. Member of workingamerica.org. I wonder if I could share a playlist. I wonder what it'll play. I'll put the music I'm listening to in the chat. If you want to follow along, make a playlist off of what I'm playing. I do kind of random. I go through. Okay, so what I'm poorly trying to demonstrate is the importance of organization. So if you're wondering, like, why are you streaming? This is what I do in my free time. What you're looking at here on YouTube is my character and its build. Okay, so you can see, and then you can kind of see my stash. Okay, I don't really have anything. If you play this game and you're stuck and you need gear, come to me. I'll give it away. Um, it's of absolute not importance to me. Now, if you're greedy and selfish, I'm gonna figure you out pretty quick. So, not in your best interest. But yeah, that's what I was doing before I went live. For anybody that watches this and was like, "Why didn't you go live right away?" I was trying to get a little more organized. before I started playing. Sort of with respect to the community. Okay. trying to think of, Trying to think, which is typically dangerous, right? But what I'm trying to do is remove all these gems, all these jewels. Sorry, put all my jewels on a page or two. Okay. Ultimately, parse down my inventory because I'm out of space, right? Obviously, we've got a limited inventory, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But I think having unlimited inventory is a negative part of a video game. It forces you just keep growing your inventory and then manage your inventory when it's like super massive. If your inventory is big enough, like how can you not profit is sort of the thought process. Okay. And I'm sure there's going to be people like, are you even capable of enjoying anything? Um, but I enjoy being efficient, right? So, okay. So, like I said, if you need anything, hit me up. You want to play this game? It's a free game. What's up, though? And if I catch a comment, I'll say something. What's up? So everybody want to see what it do, right? So I just did a 10. Need to do. I hate to die. That's my thing. I'm about to level, so I don't want to. I don't want to lose all this experience that I've got. Okay. So what I try to do, okay, because the campaign's the campaign in this game. Okay. You got to get through the campaign and get to maps. Okay. Um, Once you get to maps, okay, well, let me show you this first. The only money you ever spend is on stash tabs. Okay. It's the only thing you need to spend money on. Just letting everybody know you can buy all this other stuff. Just tabs. All the organization you see that I appear to have, tabs. Which is what makes this game, in my mind, like miles better than other games, is the how much more organized you can be. Um, I am not doing this game. Keep in mind, my Atlas tree is it does not allow me to modify maps. So before people start jumping down my throat about not modifying my maps, know that I hey Bectrola. So I'm just playing video games. If you want to go on YouTube, you can see the game I'm playing. Okay. So here's what I do. There's Righteous Fire. There's Stone Golem. There's back on Frostlink. Okay, so Frostblink is probably one of the most used abilities in Path of Exile. It is both a teleport and like a frost bomb where you push that button. So I'm gonna use a lot of video game terms because I'm like a lifetime gamer. Um, so one of the things I need to do first while I'm standing here on fire. Okay, so this is our Righteous Fire Chieftain build. This is a tier 2 map, so we should not even be in danger at all. Okay. And what I am currently doing, okay, is I'm using Pox, okay, who's a streamer, and I'm not gonna glaze him. Okay, he's just a streamer. I don't know the person. Okay, good morning, Evelyn. Okay, but he streams on Twitch, as far as I know. I have never watched him stream. But I follow his written guide, and so I want to make sure I shout him out and say, hey, this is what I used. Okay. And then shout out to my friend Jimmy, who basically was like, you need this, this, and this, and I'll just show you what this, and this is. So he basically gave me Dawnbreaker, the shield for the RF Chieftain, the Cloak of Flame, which is like the reason the build is good. Um, and then if you look at my gloves, my helmet, my boots, see how they're all red and glowing? It's because of friends. And then what I basically have done is collected legendaries. So if you want to play through Path of Exile and you find a build that you want to use and you need like weapons and stuff, let me do that for you, because that's what kind of I am at in the game, is that I'm rolling over second copies of stuff. So to understand the purpose of the build is that this is a pacifist build. Okay, so one of the things that I'm not doing is pushing a bunch of buttons. Okay, this ain't Devil May Cry. Okay, this effectively, I push Q to Frostblink and teleport. I have Blood Rage, which is a buff. If I push the center button on my mouse, it's another buff. War Cry, Enduring Cry, Blood Rage. Those are my buffs. Okay, I have Shield Charge, Frostblink, so that's kind of how we move. And one of the things I've noticed about good builds in Path of Exile is that they have really good movement. Okay, if you don't move, you get stuck in this game. So, Marine Corps combat principle, fire and move, right? Applies in Path of Exile. And one of the things I want to make sure I point out to people before you go play Path of Exile is that the thing that I learned in Path of Exile that applies in real life is that the only way forward is through. And this game is very evidentiary of that. That you can run, but running is not going to get you uh, through it. You run away from it, you have to go to it. You have to. So you'll notice how I play, where I don't have an energy shield. If most people didn't have an energy shield, they just die immediately. So the whole crux of the RF Chieftain is that it's high fire res, high fire damage, and I have this permanent aura called Righteous Fire that's just constantly burning, and that's that uh, circle you see around my character. So Righteous Fire, which isn't even on a button, it deals 41,112 fire damage per second. But I burn for 90% of my maximum life per second as fire damage. I burn for 70% of my maximum energy shield as fire damage. I have 36% more spell damage, and it's got a 3 meter radius. So 3 meters around my character is dealing 41,000, 41,000 damage per second. Um, and then keep in mind we have like Frost Blink and Shield Bash to move real fast around maps. So we have good mobility. And then this character, because is a little more prone to ignite stuff. And then ultimately for bosses, we have, in my eyes, the easiest one button build ever. And we just spam Fire Trap. Ultimately, spam Fire Trap and Punishment with Righteous Fire on an object, and it's pretty much ball game in a couple seconds. Like here's a mob pack. One of the things I like about it is the mobs aren't just running around killing you. Sometimes they're just like a pack of mobs, and you start that fight. You walk up and push a button. And notice I don't pick up every piece of gear I touch. Again, we just talked about being efficient. Oh shit! I'm like, where's my frost blink? Anyway, make sure again, if you have any questions or oh, so dope. I'm also running a block-based version of the RF Chieftain with Tempest Shield, so not only do I have Righteous Fire up, but every now and then when I get hit by something from range, it electrocutes everything in front of you. So, and again, I'm not going as fast as I could go. You can see we really can move around a map, though. Every now and then that Tempest Shield's just going to light up a whole group. My favorite thing that happens is you walk into a boss room, and before you can see the boss, everything died. Everything died. I feel like this character is like a part of who I am as a person. So I'm not really doing all that button pushing. You know what I mean? Like there's a little bit of button pushing here, but we're not like pounding the keyboard, trying to get off a sick combo or anything crazy. Just mostly just zip through maps, lay fire trap every now and then. Maps shouldn't take that long to go through, but I'm going a little slower. One, because I'm streaming. Lots of you have not seen this game before, and we're not quite end game. I wouldn't say that. But we have sort of a good end game build, and having played through the game now with other characters, I have a better understanding of it. You see how that was awesome. That was awesome. I'm glad I was streaming then that happened. Did you see how all those monsters died and they all just like there was just nothing? That is awesome. There's a pure armor. So what I'm looking for, in case anybody is wondering what my character is missing, not necessarily missing anything, we're just always trying to get better stuff. Okay? So on Pox's guide here, talking about gear, the only uniques required, Cloak of Flame, Dawnbreaker, and then I have Immortal Flesh on as a belt. Okay. Which Immortal Flesh basically means you are constantly regenerating mana and health. Also greatly increases your life total. So think about burning with Righteous Fire and then holy shit. And again, just a great example of why the build's phenomenal. Because you could throw a fire trap out in front of you, then walk into range with Righteous Fire. Okay. If your boy is gonna lose a fight and die, it's this one. So here right away. Get out of the way of that, Jared. There's one thing I don't do. It's deal enough damage. fire is not gonna do it, by the way. Like when they're doing all that damage to me. Yeah. So for those of you who are like, "Oh my God, are we gonna die? We don't have any energy shield." Like, no, we're actually good here. Yeah, like you see when somebody lights you on fire and it doesn't kill you. It's the best. Okay, so there. Again, not anywhere closer to leveling, by the way, which would be the downside of not trying to die before you level, because I'm so close. Not really, like 6 million. It should take us a half hour. But yeah, we don't really need any of the gear, by the way. So you see, like, none of it really sticks out to us. So you don't have to pick it up. You can pick that up. Okay, map complete. There's monsters left. We're not worried about that. Remember, the purpose is to just get through a few maps and not die so that you can level. Okay? That's one of the challenges. I almost clicked on that. It would have been tragic. But we're going to keep playing rare maps. So let me dump my shit real quick. 276. Ouch. Yep. Dump gear. So again, I've got a legendaries tab. That's one of the pieces I recommend. It only holds one of each legendary. And you could participate in the economy in this game and sell your gear. That's one of the things people really like about the game is that there is the awakened PoE trade, which I'm super supportive of. Can I have that Mashers map back? Thank you. But I also have a Essences tab, I have a Divs tab, um, Scarabs tab. Again, poorly organized, but at least it's there. And then this is what's cool about the game. So every now and then you'll pick up like just a regular common piece of gear. Now this is a 4-link, okay? And it's just a regular Paralegion boot, right? Regular level 58 gear. And I can just take that and make that into a rare item. And there's what the game did. Armor and energy shield max life, increased rarity of items on move. 30% movement speed? Did we max that? 30% movement speed. Stun and block recovery is not great. Okay. We're not replacing it. But you see how we picked up just a regular common item off the ground? And with an orb of alchemy are just able to turn that into like a pretty good pair of boots. Now, I don't participate in trade because I'm not through the game yet. I haven't seen the apex of the gear yet, right? So I'm more likely to just build something and sell it. Just take the chromatic orb. So anyway, this is this game I play in my spare time. And notice I'm not like, oh shit, not like a yelling and a screaming or nothing or getting too wound up. Just chilling, listening to music. So the key to being a good Path of Exile player is maps per hour once you get to this spot. Um, I know it's cool to lollygag, but you see we really start zooming through map. Got caught up in a tree. Your fights are closer together. It's probably more watchable. To me, it just looks hectic for a lot of the. See that big party. Again, one of the things we have an advantage of is we have a consistent aura that protects us from most melee damage. Oh, and I even forgot to turn on Blood and Sand. Oh, Blood and Sand's on. But yeah, this thing's one of the things you'll notice is like my life total, just my health does not change in a fight. And so what a lot of other people are really struggling with, we're just kind of, and again, I feel like this character kind of is me. Ooh. Um, One of the things I like about this game is you could be in the end game playing, uh, earning experience, leveling up your character, and not risking your character. Um, you could just play lower level maps. Like here, the monsters are level 70, so there's some chance that I bite it, but I'm mitigating that risk and I'm saving my experience. So here's this Phantom Oculus, for example, that we can just basically, you could say face tank if you want, Jared. We could just stand in front of and it's whatever. All right, so don't need that, don't need that. You could look at that level 72 Saints Hauberk though. Um, just take down huge packs of mobs all at once. It's a great feeling. Especially because if you've played this game, you've been one hit so many times. That's the thing about Path of Exile is you're just gonna die. Purple, blue, into gold. Purple, blue, purple, purple, gold. Yeah, that's where it's telling you to go next. So this is probably the hardest part of the game. I think the Sacred Orchards. I think that's what it's called. It's just like a little mini waves game, which you could easily die. This is going to yellow. So let me go over there and hit that yellow. So again, what my character is doing is just spamming punishment, okay, which is an aura. Um, it curses enemies and they take like 57% more increased damage. So I'm spamming that and uh, fire trap. So I think we do yellow here. No, I think that was wrong. I think I did the order wrong. But yeah, and again, that's just for bosses. There's no, it's not taxing on the person or anything. Every now and then you need to move. I understand we're not super late game, but like we're in the pretty much the however we're not dying is of course the most important part. So, and it's not that we don't try to challenge ourselves. There's no sense in dying when you're so close to leveling. I don't mind challenging myself when I have no experience in that level, you know, but you don't want to do too much of that. So what's up with y'all? It's like 8 people just watching me on TikTok. I don't even know what's going on here. A couple people watching. Cool. It's a day. 10 people. It's Bible study, right? Happy Mother's Day. So every now and then I forget that I have. Ooh, shit. I have shield bash on right click, and I'm just not moving nearly as fast. Just hit a regal. It's pretty cool. So, I'm not gonna stream very long. I'm getting out of here, but I wanted to play and say thank you for 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, it depends on your character. So, like, one of the things I recommend if you're gonna play this game is that you play Pox's RF Chieftain. It's a great league entry starter. Keep in mind, I have all the gear. So, like, if you need gear, that's never your issue. It's about what is your build capable of. This is what I like. So, look, I can just right click, Q, right click, Q. I have 2 forms of movement on my character. See how that almost every character that I play as has 2 forms of movement. Also, every character basically has 2 forms of evasion, 2 forms of defense. Is wildly imperative in this video game. Like stuff matters. Stuff matters in other games that you could overlook. You know, in this game, having an affix on a weapon that isn't any good is the difference between being able to beat a map or not. Right? So I just leveled. Perfect. Now it doesn't matter if we die. But see how fast we took down that boss? Shoo. So one of the things, yeah, pretty low level. We're not necessarily dancing on the table and saying like we're the goat or anything. But yeah, it doesn't take long to get through a map. So think about it. Like your character is not you're not slugging through this game, you know, with your first character. You need to play as this chieftain because you're not swinging an axe. I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to get other people to do that. That's not fun. That is not going to be fun in this game. This game is not. I mean, you could absolutely build a character that just stands there and whacks something, but it's not going to be nearly as fun. But yeah, the cool. I'm not even done showing you. It's like tip of the iceberg type shit. Okay, so that was just gameplay. That was just RF Chieftain gameplay. Okay, after the mission's over. Oh shit! Cancel, cancel, cancel. We're selling stuff. Sorry. Level 67. Artificial life. Mhm. But yeah, if you ever have any questions about gear, I could yap excessively about gear. If you see something that I have that you want, just ask. I'll just give it to you. Don't forget to upgrade your character, Jared. But yeah, look, we picked up essences, maps. So here's multiple maps. That's what's super important in this game. Once you get to the end game, is map sustain. So you have to be picking up maps when you're playing. Ruby Ring. Macau's Embrace. 30 to fire resist. 39 to cold resist. I'll ignite you. I don't know if, I mean, I'm sure my character wanted to do that early game, but I don't think that's where we are now. But that is a new legendary, for example. So there I am, mid to late game, still picking up new legendary items, right? It might not be good for my character, but it's a vibe though. Like in too many games, you get to the part where you're repeating, picking up the same gear over and over. There's never anything new, you know. I played the shit out of Last Epoch and enjoyed the hell out of it, but the problem was there was unlimited inventory. That's a capitalist move. Unlimited inventory. When you can just keep gathering and gathering. That's stupid. Makes your game boring to me. I need some challenge. If I can just keep expanding my inventory and adding and adding and adding, I'm just incentivized to gather and gather and gather. It's boring. So, I'm gonna do stuff like, yeah. So, tradition. What makes this character great, okay, is you get an ascendancy. Badass, right? So, mhm, okay. This is what my character. And endless inventory. Last epoch. Endless inventory. You just keep expanding your inventory. Yeah. You just keep adding tabs. You could probably do that in this game, but I'm not doing that in this game. I'm gonna enjoy my limited inventory. Okay. Yeah, I like to feel a little bit of the pressure of having some sort of inventory control. Hey, Miss Dysfunctional. Okay. So you have Tassalio, Ramako, Valico, Hinakora. Okay. Enemies you or your totems kill have a 5% chance to explode, dealing 500% of their maximum life as fire damage. So if you want to know why this build works, it's because of Hinakora. See? Everything that I kill could explode and deal 500% of their maximum life as fire damage. Okay, that's what makes the build good. And then Tassalio, modifiers to fire resistance also apply to cold and lightning resistances at 50% of their value, unaffected by ignite. So what this means is that I can't be lit on fire, which is your fireproof, okay? Or ignite proof, which is important. We'll come back to that. But what it means is that I can just invest in fire resistance for a character, Tassalio, gives half of that resistance to cold and lightning. So this is great for a young, you just started playing Path of Exile character, because instead of focusing on fire and cold and lightning res, you could just focus on fire res. And once you get through your first ascendancy, I would pick Tassalio, and immediately you gain resistances. The whole objective of the early to mid game is to get your resistances to 75%. So think about a character that could get through the first ascendancy and immediately gain resistances, okay? And then Ramako. So while I just stand still and let enemies run into my light, they lose fire resistance over time, and I'm burning them. And then here, modifiers to max fire res also apply to max cold and lightning res. So one of the things that you can find in this game is you can raise your fire maximum fire res. So we have 1 point available. We're over here somewhere. I gotta put a jewel there, but we're over here somewhere. That's what I love about this game. It's just super endlessly deep. And keep in mind, I'm like using someone's build, right? Like I'm using this guide. And this is having played through the game a couple times even. Yeah. And so imagine instead of having to focus on fire, cold, and lightning resistances in the campaign, no, my skill tree, no, this is passive. So this is the whole game, okay? And when you want to say holy shit, say holy shit. But this is all of the characters you could start as here at these things, okay? Okay. The different classes. I don't know what this shit in the middle is. I ain't even there yet. Yeah. Holy crap. Yeah. Look at this. So my build is again based off Pox's build. And so what I have it spec'd for is the level 90 block based. So if you look at this path of building, and that's what's great about this game is there's support for this game. No, me neither. Me neither. And there's even Path of Exile too. And so if you feel like you got to play like a modern version of this, there's a new game. Okay, so you're not without a modern alternative that's something else, right? Let's see, 90 block base. So I'll move this. So this is what I'm using. You see, this is POB with this path of building. Okay, and this is from Pox, from his website, POE Vault. Actually, this is not. This is POE Vault, but this is just his build, and this is his website, pox.net. And this is how I got started in the game. Was my friend Jimmy was like, "Go start a character and play as this." And then of course, like again, I want to point out like I'm nothing without my friends. My buddy Jimmy gave me Cloak of Flame, which is the central piece of gear you need. Okay, so let me get out of this. So this piece of gear right here, this Cloak of Fame right here, Jimmy gave me. It literally it gives you 75% fire resistance. So remember what I just got done telling you was when you first ascend as a chieftain, you get half of your resistances to fire. It gives it to cold and lightning resistance. And think about what's powerful in it. What is powerful? Question. What is powerful in a video game? How about investing all my, see, like the individual resistance here, like on this is 42% of fire res, right? Because late game, they take away your resistance. So think about all the fire res that my character has. Fire res, fire res, fire res, right? So I have all this fire resistance on my character all over the place. And I have 80% fire resistance. So I'm rocking 316% fire resistance on my character. Hey, what are you looking at? Streaming myself playing video games, celebrating. Huh? When is that? What time is it right now? He's, my wife's like, it's 11:20. Yeah, I thought I was. That's one of the reasons I got in here and started playing. So I was like, I'm celebrating 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. You can shut my door. It's whatever. I haven't said anything so far. Yeah, awesome. But yeah, so I have like 316% fire resistance, and it's only showing 80%, right? So that's because we're in the late game where they take away your resistances. So I don't know. I think makes it super interesting as opposed to overtly challenging to the point of being impossible. Oh, I was trying to figure out what to do with this extra point here. Right. Why? Why? Why is that? Doesn't make any sense. Minion damage all effects. Oh, I do have that because we have. So to be honest with you, that's not what I've been using. So this is what I've been using. Path of building. But apparently it is. Never mind. So for the most part, here we go. Cool. So we actually have a little bit of stuff to do. Block base, level 90. Max life right here. Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, got through that pretty easy. Just a second. Like so courteous to shut my door, but let my dog sit there and bark. Anyway, so now that we've leveled up, we'll go do like a level 10 map. Okay. I don't care if I die now because you're not gonna lose your level. Okay. Let me go play a map. So this is level 10, and if we die, we're not wrapped up in that. Okay, because we leveled. We're not gonna lose a. Okay, so righteous fire on. There's my little stone golem. Back to Frostblink. So primarily, remember, movement is just shield bash plus Frostlink. Okay. And then when you run into high uh, high health things that don't die right away, we curse with punishment and then lay fire trap. So this is a pure fire build. Probably dying here actually because yeah, I was gonna say none of my mobility is working, and so that means we just die. So what I'm trying to do is curse it with things before I run into it. Like I said, naturally we have a good strategy of cursing it, making it more likely to take damage, and then following that up with like super high life total and high resistance to everything. Need to move faster. There we go. You're like stuck for a second. See? And then we just blow everything up on the screen, and you're like, see, isn't this game fun? Obey again. Everyone. So see, everything's like attacking you, right? And dying before it even gets to you, mostly. Okay? Every now and then you get hit by something. And yes, that was me throwing a fire trap up over that ledge and killing all those mobs. And you can see the little curse above their heads right before they run into righteous fire. I cast punishment. It just makes them more likely to take damage. And then fire trap. So they're almost assuredly dying to fire. Righteous fire. Pure armor is good. And again, we could be moving like a lot faster. I just happen to think like moving too fast is boring. No, it's not for only for PC, brother. You could literally get that on PlayStation Store. I've got it on my Steam Deck. It might not be on your Nintendo Switch or something, but Path of Exile is multi-platform. Matter of fact, what systems can I play Path of Exile on? PC, Mac, Android, iOS. And also it's on PS4. It's on PlayStation Store. I was gonna say I have it on PlayStation. You might not be able to get it on Xbox. So again, on bosses, that's what our combo is casting punishment and then just fire trap, fire trap, fire trap. And again, this is a level 10. This is level 10. Or tier 10, sorry. This is a tier 10 map, boss. Okay, dead. Okay, there's a tier 10 map. How long did it take us? And that's one of the things about the game that you have to learn, and it takes a long time to learn. The whole point, yeah, it's all good, Zeke. You could you see the whole point is you have to be able to survive beyond what like a regular character would be able to survive in these tier 10 maps. Did you see that shit? There was multiple tornadoes on that screen, right? What's going on here? Sorry. So you're through a map in no time. Not picking everything up. I have a loot filter. So check this. LS leveling. So there's filters so that you don't get swamped with loot. And even though I can just push Alt and see everything, okay, I'm not picking it up. So I'm not overburdening myself with picking everything up and processing everything. Um, are you giving up some stuff? Yeah, you're giving up some stuff. But it's more it's maps per hour though. Because you want to get through it, right? Don't you want to beat something, right? So, ooh, look at that. So I might keep this. That's pretty cool. You saw me pick up good gear. Look at this. It doesn't normally happen, right? Level 77, 52% mana regen rate. That's really good. 42 to dex, which is really good. 16% max energy shield, which is okay. Nope, that's max. And then max mana regen, 10 life per enemy killed. This is really good for a spellcaster build. So I'm gonna keep this. Again, this doesn't normally happen. Normally you're just like throwing this shit, and getting whatever you can get out of it. That's why I'm in the sell tab here with a vendor. Same thing here. Look at this: 1130 armor, 412 to armor. So if I didn't have Cloak of Flame, I would run something like this Rune Veil with 10% to elemental. It's actually really good. Plus 10% to all elemental resistances, 412 to fire, 36 to fire. The only thing about it, I really is the stun and block. I don't really care about that. Cool though, cool. Level 68 amulet, 23 intelligence, 34 increased mana, 23 to all elemental resistances, 34 to crystal. Gosh. Damage power, 90 power charge duration. That's cool. Got a cool amulet as well. Clay Shaper. It's actually not selling. Interesting. That also does not happen often enough. So I already got one. So cool. I've got two of them, and now I can just compare them and keep one, get rid of the other. This one's better. So I'll sell that. That was new. And then, like I said, I don't have much room, but that's good. That's good. Okay. And then just being able to make sure you get a couple maps, right? And then I just sell my duplicate legendaries because I don't have anybody that like plays that doesn't have all this stuff in spades. Okay. So what I want to do now that I did a 10 is do an 11. Especially, are you still here? So here's a tier 11 crater map. And again, you'll see a breaking point where your shit is not good enough. Okay? So that's what we're barreling towards is this shit not being good enough. If you just get one shotted, we're approaching it quickly. Actually, I don't know. We actually neutralized that pretty good. And I think you could just see it on this map. And a lot of it is avoiding getting focus fired. So like the high mobility is a feature. You're supposed to be able to get out of this shit. But punishment, fire trap, punishment, fire trap. And then mobile, you know? So this is Righteous Fire. It's gonna be a lot of people that have played this game that have never played as a Righteous Fire that are about to be really pissed watching this. Because they've just been struggling, bro. All we gotta do is push a couple buttons. We're good. So again, because of my friends, this game is not a total drain on me, and I hate it forever. Instead, I like enjoy it. Like it's challenging. See how I'm like not dying? That's how I know it's okay. See how I'm not ever dying? My health bar does not move. Yeah, that was a pretty good fight. You just standing there, just whatever they got, you got better, you know? Remember casting punishment followed by fire trap on the high health. Oh, these are good for us. Oh, I gotta take the map off the screen so I can see the game. Scum tongue. Get out of there before you die to the poison. Yeah. Yep. And one of the things, if you like games that have an economy, this game has an economy too. Like, I'm not doing it justice. In fact, a lot of people that would be watching this would be like, "Oh my god, he's running a pacifist build." Titan plate. The pad and the chosen wife. Purple, blue, blue, yellow. So you're trying to figure out the correct pattern because you'll notice, like, where's my, okay. I was like, where's my shit? See, something's going terribly wrong. That right there. See that little guy? Killing the shit out of me and running away from me. Gear was, look at that. These life force are really good. There's a level 80. Level 80. So see when the gear's super high level. What color was that? Blue? Okay. So what we're trying to do here is influence the. Ooh. Sorry, I take the map off the screen so you can actually see the game. But see how we're basically fighting two bosses here, cursing them and then just dropping fire trap and just standing there. There's the other one's just trying to kill us. We can turn up our fire res a little more, and we can just stay on someone. They're going to, yeah. Now you're, yep. You see, it's unlike playing as any other character you've ever played as. Because it's like you're not getting killed by their ads. The I'm pretty sure this is yellow. Yeah. So there we hit a power charge. Yeah. That's why you play as this character, is because. So this should be juiced as fuck. This should actually be really difficult here. We should probably die. We should probably just die. Dash out. Hold on. Dash out. Die. Instead, we'll get stone nothing, or we'll have already got it. Nope. We did. We did hit. See, I mean, just being able to tank a boss like that and not shaking my boots, I'm gonna die. And look how high the experience is for this level. And again, our life total is totally under duress. One. Oh shit! Get out! 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 You're gonna die! You're gonna die! You're gonna die! Okay. You see how the reason you gotta have two, um, you gotta have two pieces of movement to give you a snowball chance of hell of escaping some of these situations. Good song playing right now too. We're not racing towards the exit or anything. We just know that they exist, right? So we're not in a hurry ever, because if you get in a hurry, you're gonna stop enjoying the game. Like you stop playing to have fun. That's the point of gaming. You gotta get out of here. Gotta get out of it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna say fire and move. Fire and move. Okay. 6 link staff. That blood shaper. I thought I was gonna die to that blood shaper. And again, not picking up everything, still kind of looking at stuff. Let me share the song. So this just came on, by the way. I exhale you. Level 80. Oh, I'm full. My gear's full. Okay, cool. To you. Oh shit, get out of there. And so you get like pretty good visual cues at like shit you can't be doing. That's probably the boss. That's probably what I'm doing. Yeah, this is Megara. So if enfeebled you, and now we're just gonna spam. Oh shit, 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 shit. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. We almost died, kids. Oh no, we're gonna die. We won, but we're just still. What did I do? What did I push? Sorry about that. Clicked a bunch of buttons. So again, we got lucky that was a fire boss. We almost died. So there, you saw how close we were to dying. That's what you try to avoid. Siege helmet. Exhale. Expel. Recast my exhale. What are you doing? Armor energy shield? So one of the things I'm not doing is I'm not really looking at energy shield, because part of Righteous Fire's ability. Yeah. I'm not necessarily exploring, I'm just not zooming, you know? Let's get out of here. So there was like a tier 11 map, and you saw that our life was in danger, especially in that boss fight. So I'm not necessarily jamming buttons, you know what I mean? I actually have a game plan going in, like go in, cast punishment, cast my sense rolling through vision and media. Okay, so get rid of that. So one of the things I'm passing on gear that has life on the chest, because we get a 15% damage bonus for not having life on the chest piece. That's only level 44. That ended up being a pretty bad gear, actually. Yeah. But here's what was awesome about that tier 11 map. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 maps. That's a ton. And map sustain is like super important. Is you want to keep playing, right? It's almost a playable piece. Essences. Level organizations like good. Pretty good, right? Like it's fairly organizable. That's the only thing you pay for are tabs. That's like how their transactions store in my eyes. Like I wouldn't be spending my money on cosmetic shit. I don't care how my character looks. That's silly. Necessarily there are people that do. Okay? So I gotta pare down this gems. That's what we gotta do here. We recategorize ourselves to gaming. That might help us here. I gotta get rid of this. Here's another thing I want to show you before I go. This is King's March. This is a part of the game. So some of the stuff you fight in the map gives you stuff to go mine. So see how when I go look at mining information, I have a bunch of crimson ore marked. Okay. So I'm going to take my miners, put them on crimson ore. So I got a bunch of crimson ore I need mined. Okay. And so they produce crimson ore, or mine crimson ore. I could just put them all on it. All 12 miners. Okay. Okay. They'll have that all mined in 30 minutes. And I can actually move someone over to, a couple people over to Orc Thalum. There. So you see how you can break up your labor. And then what you do is you gather stuff in game. Okay. You create shipments. Yeah, it's fucking sweet. I think it's the coolest fucking in-game, coolest part of a video game you'll ever play. Like, you 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 not only mine. Let me go show you. You also have a farm over here. Okay, so we grow pumpkins, ogord, Luzanathium, and so you have a farm to manage. You manage a mine, a mining op. You can disenchant stuff. So like say you get a big goofy piece of gear that you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Disenchant it. So you take it and give it to them and they'll turn it into powder, which is one of the elements, right? One of the yeah, farm, you're a ship, you basically control yeah, an economy. Um so Org Thalum. Oh my god, the music is just fucking crushing right now in my ears. I'm a big Kill Switch Engage fan. Oh, So what I'm doing is trying to find somebody to ship to that I can ship to. This is an Athium Ogward. Athium Bismuth. Or Thalm. We don't really have that. We do have Orthalm ore. Yeah, so hold on. You have this. Hold on. We're not. Yeah. There's also rune smithing, right? So you can collect those runes and then apply them to your gear to make them better, right? Smelting, rune smithing, smelting op. See, we're not even as efficient at this as we could be. Okay. We need 3, 2, 1. 3 auric thalum, 2 iron, 1 petrified amber. 1 petrified amber, 2 auric thalum, 3 on crimson iron. Right? So you're managing all these ops. Take your money you make, add it to the treasury, make sure everybody gets paid. So that's like the full life cycle of the game. And then you take the mats that you gather, you ship them to the people, they'll pay you. It shows you what they'll pay you. So you can like min max your economy. Like I really want to put Bismuth and Pumpkin to Tioni, for example. So I'll go to Bismuth, Shipper 100, Pumpkin. And there's no, I don't have a rhyme or reason. But you could, I'm sure you can make it make sense. Wheat and Ogord. And then, what do I got a whole bunch of? Nothing really. But you could like ship that. Ship that. You know what I'm saying? Like ship that. And you could be bad at it, right? You don't ain't nothing saying you gotta be good at this. Oricon, Bismuth is nothing. 1, 2, 3. What was the other thing? Bismuth? And so why they go do your sorry, zombie was playing in my ears. So yeah, you set up your shipping and then you go run maps. Okay, and while you run maps, the ships are out to sea. Okay, it's actually pretty cool. It's like a pretty cool little end game little circle. Okay, so we just did tier 11. Okay, I don't really have tier 12. I got 4 lookouts. Ooh baby, they're trying to entice me to die. Okay, then we start puckering up a little bit, knowing we're stepping into in like Danger zone. Oh yeah, you see that life total instantly under duress. Ooh, ooh, and then everything died. So I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you saw that, but see all that desecrated ground back there? Nope, gotta get out of there. We're dead. No, they're gaining life on me. No, hell no. We are so dead. Oh, oh, I could not have noped out of there fast enough. So you see where we are. Like that's where we are. Oh man. So you got to admit though, like we're on the cusp of just getting. What I'm trying to do is, oh shit, get out of that. What I'm trying to do is let righteous fire kill the corrupted growth before that blood thing goes off and get out of there. Remember, fire and move, right? Rot teeth. About to eliminate this. So that crimson ore that we are mining, that's where you get it. Was right there. They're now mining that. So I don't need a wand, so I could take like rings and a belt, stuff like that. Superior samurai gloves. Not great. And no, you're probably gonna die. Oh, so despite the early challenge in that level, right? Like despite that there was literally someone that when we were hitting them, they were gaining life. Oh yeah, we're dead. Yep, we're dead. They're gaining health. Get out. Oh no way. Oh shit. That was dope. That was really good. it's a risk reward thing. Yeah. And I don't need. That's why it's important to have evasion, like stack evasion and defense, and because like most games, you could be they're insane regen. So I don't know where that thing went, but it died eventually. It was. Mm, 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 oh, get back! Oh, it almost broke my computer. Get back! Get out! Get out! Get out! Seems it had to go. I don't need to say it all. Now I took it from them, so I went and hit that, and now I get it run back up on them with all that frost. Get out of there. See how I don't know. It's just see how the combat is complex and not like either you die to everything. Here's the way I always perceive video games: you either die to everything or everything dies to you, right? And the thing that this game, in my opinion, nails, like that six link, is pretty good. That pure armor helmet. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there you go. Just got absolutely obliterated. And you're not off the map, right? You lose a little experience, but it's not like your gear degrades, none of that shit. Yeah, I played Dark Souls, all those games. So we can go turn that into. So yeah, buried myself alive. To drop the. So gear was doo doo. This time, gonna drop myself down. So you also have, in addition to all that other shit, you also have. For a long time, okay, for you to get away. Yourself in your own way. I think my wife left me. Not like relationship wise, but I think she went to her mom's. So I can hear my dogs losing their minds. And then check this out. Go back to Highgate. Oh, you die from everything when you're new. Yeah. So you collect divination cards, you go give them to Tasuni. But yeah, it is what it is. So let me get out of here. I might hop back on, but I think I was supposed to go somewhere. But I just heard the dogs bark, so she might have left me. Hold on. I'll be right back.